Hi, Twitch.
Hi, Twitch.
You guys the campaign
Hello, Twitch.
or the Owlbear link.
Hello, Twitch.
All right. Would someone like to recap what happened last time?
We were at the.
We fought a big tree.
I don't remember what the hill was called.
Yesterhill.
Yester Hill. And we
Yester
defeated
Hill.
Wintersplinter. And retrieved the gem/seed from.
We did not have. We didn't have the TPK that we expected.
Thanks to Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch really kind of saved y'all's bacon with like a lot of heals. You guys were constantly getting healed. That was helpful. All right. Cool. So we're at the aftermath of the Wintersplinter fight.
We killed him.
Yeah, we killed him.
We
We
killed
gave
them.
them their seed back, and then we ended with us long resting at the winery.
Yeah.
I found out that there in the mist there is a vision
Oh
quest,
yeah,
metaphorically speaking.
Leo was tripping in the mist.
He almost went into the mist.
I'm actually not
Twitch was wanting
surprised.
him to go.
Right. And stream announcement posted. So.
It's about Starburst, and I forgot how good they are.
Starbursts are really good.
Unexplainably
They're
juicy.
wreck my
I haven't had
teeth,
Starburst
though.
in forever. They were like 50 cents at the market, so I was like, for a little thing of it, I'm like, okay. Can't say no to that price.
So how did the early party do with Wintersplinter?
They
Oh,
haven't
there
got
you
it
go.
yet.
Wintersplinter yet.
They just showed up at the winery.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I am just
There's that.
Being ladies
stuff fixed up.
and then early game.
Be ready to go. I still had it on the Out of the Abyss overlay.
I gotta make our name my character right now. Change identity.
Still this, it looks like.
Out of the abyss.
Okay, cool. It's up.
That's my
All right,
Tuesday
cool.
night
So,
game.
yeah. So we finished up with the Wintersplinter fight, and we'll go ahead and pick up with you guys on Yesterhill as the fight has ended. Or did you already go back to the winery?
We've
Yeah,
already
we
gone back to the winery.
We already went back to the winery.
To get our long rest.
Got to spend the
All right,
night.
yeah. So you've gone back. You've talked to the Mardikovs, and you rested. I believe you guys also purified the wine that was there, correct?
Yes, we did.
All right.
That before we head up to the hill,
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
So by the time you get back, you see that like some semblance of like normalcy is resumed at the winery. They're still cleaning up like the aftermath of the blight battle and the druid attack. They've got a huge mound of druid corpses. And they're using the dead blights as tinder or as kindling. And so that's apart from that, and a lot of the fields having been rooted up and like torn up, you'd almost not be able to tell that anything had happened. But you all know better than that as you wake up from your guest rooms at the winery and you go down to the very familiar smell of sizzling wolf steak and frying eggs, and you see Erwin Mardikov looking very much like his son at the Blue Water Inn, who is currently fixing up a big old family breakfast. And as you all come down, he's sort of like in the midst of serving it. But
heck
the
yeah.
Mardikovs
Erwin's
all
the
like
name.
look up at you from their meal and smile, and they kind of greet you and invite you to come and eat with them, almost as if you were part of the family.
Sure, why not? I'm trying to figure out what.
Oh, yeah, let's do character introductions. I almost skipped them. So we will start off with Lilith.
Probably not supposed to be there. I didn't change my nickname. But hello, I am Lilith, and evidently being a war person with a not particularly proficient at conveying what I mean is not that good of a combo. But at least I'm admitting I'm a war person now, 'cause I'm definitely a war person.
All right. Next is Elrose.
Hello, Elros Greyward, Dragon Blood Sorcerer. Just here to party.
Sorry, Davian Mardukov, everybody. I apologize. This is Davian Mardukov. Erwin is the son at the Blue Water Inn. Davian is the old guy.
Okay.
Thank you, Navi. Cool. So thank you, Elrose. Garland, go ahead.
Aye, Garland Found Tanker, but Dwarven Cleric has a forged domain. I heal and I kill. I'd sit there and bring your soul up to rising with Dwarven holy water. And if I need to, I do the castrating.
I love that you've just got into full castration cleric. It's great.
We'll have to make him
Hidden
his
talent
own
castration.
subclass.
I will homebrew a subclass called the castrating cleric. I will do it. The oath of castration.
Yikes. All right. Cool. So after that is Leo.
I'm Leo Draco Brimstone. I've in fact raised by a dragon, and I am a Circle Wildfire Druid.
All right. Next up is Salvaire and Grimmy.
Hello, I'm Salvaire. I'm a Battlesmith Artificer with my trusty defender, Grimmy.
Grammy loves stream.
And we are the right hand of the Countess.
Oath of Submission probably would be a good name, Frankie. You're right.
Frankie, stop!
All right. Thank you, Salvaire and Grimmy. And then finally is Seraphina.
I'm Countess Serafina Valentine. Dampier, but you may call me Lady Valentine. I'm with my companions Salvaire and Grimmy, and with a new addition, Piddlewix. I will protect these lands of Barovia and sing the songs of its glory before the devil took over. May he be redeemed or put down, so long as the people are freed and see the sun again.
Lady where? Did you hear that in the distance?
I'm a lady back out of the mist!
All right. So, like I said, that's the cast. So the group of you has gone from the bedrooms at the second floor of the winery. You're down onto the main area on the on their little like balcony area, or, like little outdoor patio, and everybody's eating breakfast, and it's just sort of like a calm, jovial morning as you eat breakfast with this obviously very close family. And they do everything in their power to very much make you feel included. Yeah, you guys have a wonderful breakfast. Not even a word of the fight is spoken until breakfast is done and everybody is cleaned the dishes. You see that the Mardukovs all help each other with dishes. They work together as a family to clean up. And as you see how tight-knit and how in sync this group is, it kind of impacts you all how much it must suck for Erwin and for the few of them who have chosen to break off. You guess that it probably is a sensitive subject, but your characters kind of find themselves wondering what could have happened to to drive such a wedge to drive a wedge into such a tight knit group.
Am I gonna be the person to ask her? I'm not asking that. That's kind of Seraphina's just
That's-
enjoying this steak. It's like
Yeah, it's more like an
eaten-
insight.
I-
That's
oh wait,
a
no, she
internal
can't even
question.
eat. She doesn't even eat the food.
I mean, Salvaire doesn't really have
You're
the
gonna be rude
social
and not eat it?
skills to
She can't.
clue into that.
Well, you're gonna be rude
Feed
and
it to
not eat it.
Grimmy.
But you guys have breakfast with Davian, Adrian, his eldest son, Elvir, who is his youngest son, obviously missing is Erwin, the middle son, and then Stefania is his eldest daughter, and Stefania's husband's name is Dag.
Trying to figure out what quest they have active. We have
There are also 4 children here as well. There is a teenage son of Stefania and Dag named Claudio, 2 young boys named Martin and Vigo, and a baby girl named Yolanda.
Seraphina does look over at them and say, do you have any wine that's good to be shipped out? We heard that back at the Blue Water Inn there might not be enough. We can take a couple of barrels down on our way. I think we have to go to Pet first and then we can go there,
Yeah,
yes?
Davian, he says, yeah, now I was hoping that y'all wouldn't be willing to volunteer to take one of these somewhere. Now we got Dag who's hopping on the cart to take one load over to Barovia, and along the way he's gonna stop in Vallaki and he's gonna drop off some stuff there. But I needed someone to ride this cart up the mountain, up to old Crest. They haven't gotten their shipment in a good while, and I bet that town, they really need it in these cold winters. If y'all would be willing to take a cartload up there, I'd be very grateful. Or if y'all want to take the cart over to Barovia, the town, and drop off in Vallaki along the way, I suppose I can send Dag up the mountain. It's up to you.
We do have business in Vallaki, everyone.
Do we now?
But that business leads us to Crest.
Precisely. So, do we want to check out Kresk first, or pick up our business in Vallaki?
We also have to get these poor folks' gems back.
That is true. But we also have to keep an eye out for unsavory characters.
Well, I look at quite a few of them every time I wake up in the morning.
Yes, I know that mirror must be quite shocking.
Ah,
I vote
Josh,
Vallaki. Then
I wish I
Crest.
had notes which quests we had, but I didn't. I wasn't beginning. I know we have deliver the wine for sure. We have to get the rest of the gems.
Gems,
Please take it.
Crest.
I for Kresk
We need to get greater restoration.
for the Mad Mage. More Kanan.
And we have
But
to get
we can get greater restoration in the Abbey.
Certainly don't want to go back to Vallaki.
Me either. I hope though. I rather have watched the place burn to the ground. But
But we have to pick up somebody in Vallaki.
do we now? She seems like she's enjoying her book club.
I
I imagine a book club is far
Is
more
ve-
enjoyable for any lady than fighting a large, oversized tree in the middle of a hurricane.
Plus, if you guys remember, your quest was to take her to Vallaki or to Kresk. Like,
Got her to Vallaki,
the
we're fine.
priest was the one who didn't think Vallaki would be good enough. The priest thought you should take her all the way to Kresk. Ismark in the town of Barovia thought that you could take his sister just to Vallaki and that she would be fine. So you've already fulfilled your word to him.
And I say we head to Crest.
You said it was winter, so yes.
It is, yeah, it's this, you can see that there's sort of like a light snow that is falling, and as you look further up the mountain, you can see like the dark clouds of a storm.
Well, does everybody have winter gear?
And did
We
they
all
tell us where
don't.
the one of the gyms we're at? The white something, was it? White? I remember the
So
name
you
of
were
it.
told that one of the gyms is in Berez, with the mother of Strahd. One of the gems you recovered, and one of the gems was stolen a while ago, and they're not sure where it is.
I asked the Marticops, I'm like, do you know where someone would sell such a high item if regarding your gem that was stolen that you guys don't know where?
He kind of frowns, Davian. He kind of frowns through his big beard, and he says, "I don't think anybody's trying to sell them. I think that somebody who wants to sabotage us, or who wants to stop the flow of wine going to the people, is who's stealing these from us. And I think that it's Strahd's mother to appease him in some sort of dark, twisted, sick way."
I specifically the wine.
Because wine is what keeps people going in Barovia. They don't got a lot to do. They don't got a lot of good things in their lives. And through some miracle of magic, these stones, we've managed to grow some pretty nice grapes. And, you know, with a little wine in your belly, things don't seem as bad.
Oh, that just sounds like rampant alcoholism to me.
He shrugs.
Can I see
and
where-
says,
where's
I mean,
Ber-
potato,
For
tomato.
me, your wine
Where's
is
Berez at
It's
on the map? Where would it be near, I guess I should say.
for
Hey,
human.
Garland, what are you trying to say? It is very hard to hear you.
I'm saying that your wine is very good for human consumption.
Yeah, the people around here seem to really
saying your
take
wine is
kindly to it. They like it a lot. And I mean,
I
we don't charge
get
more than it
this.
costs to make, you know, just because it wouldn't be right. We didn't put these stones here, and you know, it's not any extra work of ours that keeps this vineyard running. It's the magic of the stones, and we really think that is more of belonging to the people of Barovia.
Sorry, I just don't quite follow. So the wine helps the citizens, but if the
Survive.
citizens, but wouldn't the citizens be more subservient if they were content rather than miserable? That's how you get an uprising, is if you make all the citizens angry. If you
I'm
take
not
away their
sure.
one,
I don't know about. I didn't take anyone's wine away, and I'm not sure. I'm not trying to make them subservient.
He's not trying to rule properly, Salvaire. He's trying to be a tyrant.
Oh, are y'all talking about the vampire?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I can only assume.
Yeah, we're all sort of his playthings, and I'd bet that anything that could help someone to get up the gumption to spit in his face is something that he doesn't want being distributed.
Dwarven
Tell
holy
me.
water, for instance.
Is your wine imbued with anything? I know the magic makes the wine, but does the magic flow into the wine?
I mean, I couldn't say for sure. I haven't noticed any particular magical enhancements, but I mean, who knows? Some of it could be bleeding in. I mean, it tastes real good. The one field, like the fields that we've got the stones in, they produce beautiful, luscious grapes that are so flavorful.
Yes, I had some of your wine at the Blue Water Inn. It was quite nice.
Yeah, he kind of nods. He says, "Yeah, thank you. We work hard, but yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what to tell you though, as far as what motives might be behind it. That guy up in his castle, he don't think like us. He's not one of us. As much as he likes to have people think that he thinks like us and that he's among us, I think that he's something else entirely. No one can be around that long and not, you know, move past mortality."
Seraphina,
the
like,
business of small folk.
slowly puts her face back into her cup and starts to slowly drink.
Has the vampire directly interfered, or more just, I guess, sent his minions to do his bidding?
We just fought him. He directly interferes.
Sometimes, I mean, I've only seen him venture from his castle a handful of times. And if y'all say that he was down there at Yester Hill, I shudder to think what they were trying to do. And if he and that witch in Berez are plotting together, no good can come of that for the
I
people.
wonder how
of
angry
this
Strahd would be
valley.
if we killed his
Would you
mother.
mind putting where Berez is on our map, please?
Sure. He takes your map from you. Yeah. It's down here.
Yeah, I was looking at the. I was also wondering where Brez was at. That's all I was initially asking.
Berez
Right.
is
Right there? Okay,
Oh.
south, just follow the Luna River.
And then we're. Kresk is not too far from us.
This is a pretty sizable mountain in between you and there.
Yeah, roads. Instead of crossing, I'm assuming.
But yeah, he marks it out on your map, and he says, "So, are you? So, what are y'all? What's y'all's plan? Where are you thinking of going?"
I vote Crest.
If we're going to Kresk, I say that we use whatever left that we have in those pots to make cold weather gear for everybody.
We already have cold weather gear.
Some of the party does.
What's that
Don't
fortunate?
we? Who?
I don't.
I don't.
Don't we still have the Yeti fur? Doesn't that count?
We have to get
And
them
we can just
tailored.
give that to people because we had tons of it.
Don't we have to tailor it?
Yeah, they're
Oh, I
to
thought we
be
already
made-
did that.
No,
in some
no,
way,
we haven't
but-
tailored them. No. It's close enough for the party. That's all the fur we got.
Davian, he says, if y'all need something warm to wear in the mountains, now we've got sets of cold weather gear. I mean, I don't have much I can pay you with for your help, but I could give you that.
Would we be able to trade you some fur for it instead? Would that be alright?
If you all felt so inclined, we wouldn't turn it down. We have enough time before it gets real cold again down here to stitch up some new ones.
Would you all be alright if we traded some of the fur or cold weather gear?
I don't care.
You
don't really need it.
Say too much.
Sure.
Alright. Seraphina will trade over the Yeti fur that they've got to get the cold weather gear.
All right, cool. You see that Stefania steps forward and gathers up all of the robes, and then her and Dag take them upstairs, and they bring down a dusty old wooden crate. And as they bust the crate open, you see inside are 7 cold weather outfits.
Nice.
Thank you. Seraphina will take one.
Elros grabs one.
Salvaire will grab one, but he'll also look to see if there's one meant for children to put on Grimmy.
I still have a bag full of Grimmy parts, just to let you know. Oh wait, no, you were casting bending on that during the last fight. That's right.
Is there a child cold weather gear that I find in the little pile, or is it just all for adults?
Just a second. Sorry, what did you say? I was responding to something.
Yeah, no, not a problem. Salver is actually going to be looking through the pile to see if there's cold weather clothing, but for a child. And he's going to attempt to find it for Grimmy. He's just going to put it on Grimmy, just so Grimmy feels included.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So yes, everyone is. They're decked out in old knitted wool sweaters and like thick jackets and things that are stuffed with raven feather down, and you all are feeling really warm as you finish putting on all your gear.
Seraphina like puts her red cloak over it and goes, better. So, do you have a wagon already prepped for it, or do you need help carrying stuff?
Need something that can carry far more than.
They said they have a cart. We just need to drive it up.
Yes.
How big is it?
It is a fairly sizable cart. It takes 2 horses to pull, and there are 3 barrels of wine lashed onto the back.
All right. The barrels of wine themselves, how much do they weigh approximately? Like, would I be able to
Each
know
barrel
that
is
looking at
probably
it?
about 150 pounds.
Terrific.
We could put all those in
why
the
don't-
bag of holding.
Why don't we do this a little bit more stealthily? And Salver is going to use his infusion to make a bag of holding.
We've already got one.
Do you already have one?
Yeah,
We have 2.
Yeah, we've got 2. We've got 2 bags of holding. I've got one that had Grimmy parts in it.
We won't need the parts for Grimmy. You can place those aside. We can.
Well, yeah, he's fixed now, but we do have those. We've
Why
got 2
don't
bags
we?
of holding.
Why don't we use the bags? I feel that maybe being stealthy might be to our advantage, rather than carrying a large cart halfway across the country.
So you want to walk instead?
Well, we'd be walking without the cart, wouldn't we? There's only 2 horses. How would we ride?
2 horses in a cart.
But the cart's filled with
I got my
wine.
goat.
No,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Are you trying to put down the barrels so that way we can all fit in the cart, or are you trying to put the barrels in there so we can walk?
If we get all the barrels out of the cart and we all fit in, that would
Yeah,
definitely
that's what I'm
be
saying. Let's
faster.
at least take the cart then so we can get there faster.
I suppose. Like I
Can
said,
try
it
and
just
find the
depends if we
carpet.
want to be stealthy or not.
We
I don't
do
think
need to
we-
find that carpet
So-
if we can.
Dice said, so as they're talking amongst themselves, Leah's still very interested on the mist, so he's gonna go ahead and venture towards the tree.
That's
Uh,
a while
The
away.
winery.
So it's a few miles away. Are you gonna just like be like you're still gonna do it? It's not very close.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
All right. As you guys are finishing up breakfast, you see that Leo is sort of heading off by himself. Would anyone like to go with him?
Yeah.
Leo, where are you going?
Well, I'm more intrigued about the magical mist that I've seen 2 miles out. It's not the mist, like it's not like the regular mist around this area.
I'll stay here and help fill up the bag of holding to where
I
we
heard
can
chirp
leave as soon
bells
as we're back.
ringing on the other side of the
Wow.
mist.
I'm not going to even ask questions. I'm just following.
I'm sitting on the cart, just waiting to go.
I'll help get the cart prepped with the wine to carry it into the bag of holding. She's strong.
All right, cool. So, as you all are loading up the stuff, we'll go ahead and jump over to Leo and Lilith as they head back towards Yester Hill and
I wanted
the
to-
Wall of Mist.
Yeah, I rolled a percent of death on my end to see what Leo was gonna do, since if he was still intrigued by it, which he was. So
All right, yeah. As you get to Yester Hill, and you take it west to the huge wall of fog at the sort of western end of the hill, it's sort of the farthest reaches of Strahd's domain, or one of the farthest. It's sort of the outskirts of Barovia. You gaze westward into the curtain of fog. And again, as the mist swirls, every so often, the mist will part for just a brief second, and you'll see the glimpses of a huge white fortress on a hill above a great city.
See?
And then as soon as you can see it, the mist will swirl again and it'll kind of just like be lost behind the detail.
Well, it's not
but
natural.
as you listen real hard, you can both hear the faint echoes of a church bell.
I figured that the mist is magical. I did figure that out last session.
Yes.
Are there any animals around here?
No. As you look around, but that's normal in Barovia. There are
Yeah.
very few animals that aren't like wolves and things like that.
Well, we could stand here. We could also just go in, I guess.
That's what I want to do. I'm more curious about the church bells. Right?
Well,
You could come if you want, but for me, I'm definitely going here.
go. People who build things build them in weird places, don't you think?
Yes, and it's weird because seeing that image of the giant city, it just doesn't seem right. It almost seems too peaceful.
I think peaceful is too peaceful around here. If you're going in, I'll go in. I'll just take a step into the mist.
I'll take the first step into the mist.
Yeah, you go before me, I'll follow.
Gonna kill us. I don't know what this mist does. I did figure out it's not like the normal mist.
Leo
He did
takes
let me know.
73 points of damage.
No, I'm gonna get mind screwed probably. No, my luck.
Okay.
But I did find out this is not like the normal mist.
So, as the two of you are both of you going in, or just Leo?
I'm following him.
Okay. So as the two of you step into the mist, you immediately feel sort of like a shift in the air, like a shift in the air pressure.
Okay.
And you can feel like a cold clamminess that immediately overtakes all of your senses. As you look behind you, even though you've just stepped into the mist, you can no longer see the hill behind you.
I mean, luckily we're the two thought of people that get lost, find our way out of a situation.
Yeah.
What would you like to
Make
do? As you look around, all you see is a swirling void.
Huh? Swirling void, huh? That's
So-
spicy. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna listen, I guess. Perception check to listen to what's around me.
Sure.
Since it's hard to see, but
Can I do some
Perception.
kind of check to see while he's doing that?
that's
see
going
if
to be
I
a
can-
19 on my perception check.
You no longer hear the church bell.
Hmm.
But you do hear something else. It's very far off, and it's very faint, but you just hear something. Maybe like a resonating or like a hum.
Do you hear that?
or Something.
I asked Lilith, does she hear that humming?
Do I hear the humming?
As you listen in closely, you also can hear it.
Ugh, magic is. Ugh. I prefer normal fog to this.
Me
Do
too.
I know
but-
where Leo is in this fog?
I mean, we're next to each
Have
other, I'm
you
assuming.
guys separated?
We haven't. No.
I'm gonna grab onto like your coat or something
Alright. You grab onto my cloak.
so that I can see things, so we don't get separated. And then, do we have any sense of which way to walk towards the city or something?
The humming.
I don't have
Um,
any.
Go ahead and make a
Bells.
survival check.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, that's,
That's a
an 8.
12. I rolled Are you
I
assisting,
rolled
or
a 2.
are we rolling our own survival check, or what are we
Oh,
doing
I
here?
thought I was rolling the survival check, but if you're doing it, I'll assist. So that we don't.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think we can do that now, though.
I didn't. I just think you needed. I thought he just wanted one survival check for both of us. Then we both. Then we both rolled. So.
Wow.
What do you want to do, Dice Dad?
I guess we just don't know where we're going.
It's all right. I rolled 12, which is average.
As you try to figure out which direction is which, all you can see from every direction you turn is swirling mist. You are unable to.
We got an
determine
inspiration
which
for
way is
Beyond,
the
it
way.
looks like. College gave us inspiration for Beyond.
Oh, that's good.
All right, go ahead and roll that d8 and add it on top.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna watch the chat on. So I'm gonna do that. I'll use my 12 and I'll roll the d8. So. It's going to be 18 now.
You still can't tell anything. Every direction looks like every other direction. Go ahead and give me Constitution saving throws.
You got it. I'm loading right now.
My
I
lowest
got
possible. It's a 9. It's gonna hurt.
Dumped off of. Give me 3 seconds.
So
Okay.
Thing's creating the humming. So. I rolled a 9 on my Constitution. How much damage am I taking?
Dirty 20.
Better than me.
All right. Clad dropped another inspiration. Lilith, you passed your check.
Well, then I rolled my d8 to it. Then
Wait.
I guess.
He said
For me?
it's for Bunny.
Yeah, Bunny's not there, Clad. It's Lilith and Leo.
Bunny's loading up a cart full of wine.
Yeah, Bunny's fine.
Bunny's a-okay. Maybe that's for Leo?
I don't know.
While Seraphina's loading the wine.
I just love that people will give me inspiration when I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm not the one in danger right now for once.
All right, Leo. Then he says.
Okay.
Salvera's just telling
9 plus
Seraphina she's
D8.
doing a great job.
A Seraphina's like hefting.
9,
cake
10, 11,
bags
12,
of wine.
13, 14, 15, 16. Dice dead?
She's hefting them
A
with piddle
16 is not high enough. You have
Okay.
level 1 exhaustion.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's alright.
Okay.
It's 5 and you die, right?
Sick.
I'm gonna use Primeval. I'm gonna expend a spell slot. And since if there's any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 6 miles of us. Are we still in a forest?
There are still trees, yes.
Okay,
But they
then
are
6
like getting
miles
farther
of
and
us.
farther apart. And as you look at the trees, they start to take on odd features. You see that some of them are not bending straight up. Some of them are like pointing off to the side. Some of them are like bent in like zigzags in very odd ways. Some of them, as you look closely at the pine needles, you see that they are like sort of like almost not real. Like they have that like glimmer of illusion. Everything around you seems to be like not quite correct.
So
Is there
I know it's
any-
clearly magical, right? It's emitting from
Yeah.
somewhere.
Are there any
Yes.
of the following? I think it's aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 6 miles of us.
No.
Okay. Anything that's coming after us is something that can cast magic, but I don't think
That's
it's inherently
magical.
magic.
This illusion is illusion, so.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll just keep walking.
I'm gonna keep trying to focus on that humming. Roll another survival check, I guess.
Sure. Go ahead and roll another survival check.
I'll
You wanna-
assist.
Yeah, so it's advantage. How to roll advantage at this?
What do you have added to your survival?
+7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you have exhaustion though?
Is that a -1 when you press exhaustion? Do you start taking the negs after that?
It's disadvantage on ability checks.
So just basic strip roll.
He's getting
Wow.
away, ain't he?
Or you could assist me, and I could.
I'll assist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll assist.
Do it
I'll
with
assist.
advantage.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do a survival check and see if I can find where we are. 25.
There we go. Do you find this stupid humming that's driving me nuts? And you're very brave falling into this mist.
You walk
not
around
brave.
for 6 hours.
That's
Okay.
Following, Lilith believes she's following this hum. And for 6 hours you walk, and for 6 hours the hum never appears to get any closer or farther away. I need both of you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, we need to get out of this mist.
buddy. I don't know if we can at this point.
That's a charisma check.
9.
That's 18. That's a good
I'll
roll
take my
too.
exhaustion.
Hey, Lilith,
I'm
you
taking
just
another
got
offensive dodge.
inspiration.
I mean, if it's a D8, I'm still not gonna make it.
Hey, Bunny, you want to
So I
do
might-
something scarier up on the...
I'm
Sure.
not added.
Happily. How scary do you want?
Very ambiently scary.
I
Not
rolled
like-
an
Scary
8
Not
wood?
on
like
inspiration.
but just like dread, you know. Let's get
So
some mood
it's-
music.
A 17.
I
Like-
failed too. I rolled a. I
Yeah.
rolled a 12.
All right, each of you go ahead and take another level of exhaustion.
Yep,
Lilith, you're getting your
it's 5,
first
you're dead.
level. Leo,
All right.
you
Yeah.
are at level 2 exhaustion.
It's 5 to
Um,
die, right?
6.
We need to
6
get
is
out of
death.
here.
What would you
Yeah.
all like to do now? You have been walking for 6 hours.
Can I-
You are soaked to the bone, even though there's no rain. Every inch of you is just like dripping wet, and you're freezing.
Can I try and climb a tree?
Better?
Yes, as you go and you touch one of the trees and you begin to climb it, the bark of the tree sloughs off, and as you hold it in your hand, you realize in horror that you are holding skin, and blood is pouring out of the tree where you touched it. The tree gives a groan and a shudder, and sort of like vanishes into the mist.
Do I have that? What was that? By the way, what staff do I have?
You
You have the
have
staff. You have the
Broke
spear.
you have
Oh,
the
the
you
bloody
have a
spear.
bloody spear. Yeah.
The war guy spear.
The war guy spear.
Yes.
I don't know if I have much that can help us.
I
I'm
guess we
gonna
can try to get out of here. I guess.
use-
That's-
thaumaturgy on myself and just yell out like hello. Try and make my voice as loud as I can.
Is this good, Dice Dad?
I can't really hear it.
A little bit
Turn it
more.
up.
You gotta turn it up a little bit because it is ambiance.
Get something with like a little actual scary music in there too. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I may kill both our characters here, though. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm.
I didn't think anybody
yeah,
wanted
that's
to
fine.
follow me. I didn't think anybody was gonna follow me. I wanted to.
I
Alright.
cast thaumaturgy and just yell out into the mist. Hello, is anyone there?
Super.
As you call out, just like there's this dread in your stomach that no one is going to answer. And you call out, and you just like you've been walking around and shouting for what feels like an eternity. And nothing has responded to you.
And the rumors is it's some sort of vision quest on the side, right?
You've been shouting for an hour.
Right. Well, in that case, I mean, we're gonna die if nothing happens. Is that accurate?
Probably.
I guess I'll use rope trick at least so we can get a rest.
All right. As you throw up your rope trick and the little portal opens above you and the rope dangles out, you grab the rope, and as you pull, you realize that this rope is not a rope, but is a tentacle. And as you look up, there is an indescribably awful thing staring at you from inside
Cthulhu?
of your rope trick.
Cool.
It is an undulating mass of like limbs and teeth and eyes and like horns. And as you pull on the tentacle that was the rope, all of the eyes on this strange thing turn to you at once. And it lets out the loudest, most ear-splitting shriek that you have ever heard. And we need to roll initiative.
We're gonna fight this thing. If we might be able to do this. I'm gonna be at.
How
Is it
does
what?
that work?
Let's go fight this monster thing. I guess.
11.
Okay,
And it's my
initiative.
first round of combat.
Oh, initiative plus. I rolled low, but it makes sense. I rolled it. Even with my bonuses, I rolled a 10. So.
You see that this creature, its body boasts spider-like legs, many jointed appendages, and thrashing tentacles, but appears to be composed of blots of boneless flesh and, like, meat.
Okay.
And it is going to go first.
Hmm.
Can I
Is there
add
any way to?
that?
I guess on my
Yeah.
on your turn, you could check like if it's the one that's
The
emanating the
thing
steam magic.
reaches 12 huge spindly limbs out of the rope trick and just like launches itself out with a and like smacks into you like a face hugger. You need to make a strength saving throw, please.
All right. Nat 20. Nat 20.
All right, you get your hands up just in time, and you like grab two of the limbs as you like stop it from wrapping around your head. And as it does, you see a bunch of like sharp, weird like bone protrusions that are like jabbing out at your eyes as you're holding it away from your head. But you manage to like throw it down on the ground, and it is going to. You are going to take, 6 acid damage. As you have touched it. It then turns towards you and lets out that same horrible noise and lets out a blast in a 30-foot cone that is going to hit both of you. You both need to make Constitution saving throws.
I forgot to. Okay, never mind. I forgot. 21.
-2, so nah, I failed automatically. If it's disadvantage, so I failed 5. So.
All right, so you are only going to take half damage on this, Lilith.
Just the reaction though.
And this time I'm gonna hellish rebuke it when it's done.
So it's attacking us, you said?
It is attacking. Yes.
So
Alright,
I could
the creature
theoretically
expels a wave of mind-altering magic. This was the Constitution. Okay. The creature expels necrotic energy. You each take. I have a lot to roll first.
So it's hitting us. I'm gonna, as a reaction, I'm gonna use Absorb Elemental though. The spell captures some. It's a reaction. The spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on you, and storing it for your next melee attack resistance to triggering damage type until the start of your next turn.
Alright, Leo, you take 60 necrotic damage, and Lilith, you take 30.
I can react to it, right? Or that's
You
already
take the
doing those
reaction,
orbits?
Yeah, if you like. It's
My reaction, I'm going to
6-0.
use Orb. So I'm going to go ahead and do Absorb Elemental. It's a reaction when you
What
take...
element?
We'll do... I thought it was Acid.
No, the touching it did acid damage. This is necrotic. This is 60.
It doesn't give me option for Necrotic, unfortunately.
So you're taking 60 necrotic.
60?
60, yeah. Lilith, you take 30.
Got it.
That is the creature's turn.
I hellish rebuke it for the damage that I took.
Okay, sure.
I
Your
am
hellish
down
rebuke.
at 60.
Alright, let's go down. Let's 3d10.
That took you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
20.
Well, not cool, but
20
Sorry.
damage. 20 fire
I figured
damage
going in
to
here,
it.
what either if it would, I knew it was not going to be either be okay or like curiosity kills the cat. So
Yeah. 20 fire damage to the thing.
25 damage. All right. And is this psychic damage?
No. It's fire. It's just fire.
As you bathe this thing in fire, it goes straight through it, almost like it isn't even here.
you need to get out of here.
I don't know how to get out of here.
All right, Leo, what was your initiative?
Mine was 10
Okay.
total.
Lilith. Suddenly, you hear a sound from behind you where Leo was, and as you turn around, you see that Leo, but like a malformed, weird, altered Leo, is now like rushing towards you with a horrified look on his face, like he's going to like murder you. He lets out a loud and then like grasps out with an arm, and as he grasps at you with his arm, you see it transforms into a tentacle. Go ahead and make an athletics check as he attempts to grab you with the tentacle.
11.
No. The tentacle wraps around you, and then as that what happens, the other one wraps around you. Leo opens his mouth impossibly wide, revealing rows and rows, like 4 rows of jagged teeth. And then it goes back up to the top. And the horror, you hear
Do I
from
not get a
behind you
turn?
one last time the loud shriek sound.
Do I get a turn?
Oh, I thought you already took a turn. I'm sorry.
No, I
Didn't you
didn't do
shoot with a
anything.
spell?
What?
I thought you blasted
Oh,
with a
that's a
spell.
reaction.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. What was your initiative?
11.
Okay, so you're right before Leo. Okay, so before Leo grabs you, go ahead and
Cool.
do a thing.
Into my rope trick.
So the rope trick is no longer there. You pulled the
It
rope
isn't?
down, this thing fell out of it, and the rope trick isn't there
Okay.
anymore.
It's not going to take any damage to me. I think at this point, can I make a check to understand that this isn't real? Like it's something's fucking with my mind and it's not
You can
a
make an
real
Arcana
thing
check
happening.
to try to figure out if this thing is real.
I have a +0 to Arcana. Let's go. 18.
This thing looks real. You aren't sure what properties it has. It looks otherworldly. You don't even have words for you don't have words in
If
your
this is the way
vocabulary
I-
to describe this thing.
I'm okay if I die to a Cthulhu. I don't really care. Cthulhu-esque creature. That's the way all my characters need to die. A Cthulhu-esque creature.
In that case, I mean, magic's not helping, but I'm gonna full dash action, just fucking run, and I've Gloomstalkered like my thing, so that's 80 feet of movement. I
That's so
think, for
fucking
my
absurd. Like, to be flash scored
As
and real
you
fast.
move your 80 feet and you scream and run, you see this thing is moving and it is just as fast as you. And it is chasing you and it's following. You see it moves by like slithering along the ground almost like a snake. But it has much more limbs than the like one limb that a snake is. So picture like one of those like squishy balls just sort of like pulling itself along the ground like towards you at an absurdly fast speed.
All right. Do I have any sort of lead on it?
You have a bit of a lead. It moves as fast as you, so as long as you
Okay.
keep moving.
Yeah.
Keep
that's
in
the
mind though
plan.
that you do have a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, but I'm
so-
not at
I'm
my
really-
movement isn't halved yet
Yeah, you're not there yet. I know. but
until
I'm just saying,
next
remember.
level.
Hey Lilith, you've got you've got 2 inspirations, a healing, and Leo, you also have a healing.
Go, Leo, fucking run. Run.
Thing is.
Alright, 5 points of healing.
The 4 healing's not going to do anything.
It'll
But I
at
mean,
least
if you
keep up
run.
to your speed,
It's going to stabilize me. I'm looking at my health real fast. I don't have. It did 60 damage to me.
Leo, you are gonna have to re-roll, by the way. Just
Yeah, I figured as much.
clarity's sake, you're,
No, I after I hit with one ing, and I'm also I'm in the negative 5 points of damage. If the negative was a thing, that's all right. I'm happy that I died to
Lilith,
Cthulhu.
another
I don't even care.
inspiration, I think.
So how many inspiration do I have?
3, it's looking like.
Okay, I'll keep that noted. Wait, hang on. I might have something else I want to do. I forgot that I took a multi-class. Class fighter. I'm gonna use my bonus action short rest to do 1d10 plus 1 HP, which is 10, 11. Cool. For second wind, and then that's all I'm doing.
All right, Lilith. As you run, you hear the sound from behind you one last time, but this time it almost sounds like it's beckoning to you as opposed to like shrieking at you as you're running away from it.
The Cthulhu shit is?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
Yes.
16.
You passed. You feel
Oh!
yourself almost stop. Like the noises that this thing is making almost like make sense in your head for a second, as if it's telling you just the most wonderful things are waiting for you if you just stop. And you almost do, but then you just like you're like, what the hell are you doing? Like you say to yourself, and you continue dashing, and then just as quickly as you entered the mist, you are no longer in the mist.
Is Leo still in the mist?
Leo is
Dead.
still in the mist.
Our dear
You are
friend.
alone. As you appear in a pitch black room with stone walls. There is sort of like a smell of sort of like old musty like mothballs. And you're alone. And with that, we will go back to the rest of the party. So, you guys.
Oh.
I think we've come to the agreement we left at like hour 1.
Yeah, we left at like hour 1. When they didn't come back, we just said, alright, it's time to go. They'll meet us there. They can't get lost.
Oh, what level did I start? I'm re-rolling this character.
You can come in. What's everybody's level at right now?
Majority of us at 6.
8.
You
And then
can
there-
have you not made death saving throws yet?
So you can come in at 6. Everybody else at 6.
And then I think the only one that's above that is Garland, but he's just because his character hasn't died yet.
Don't die. Don't resign yourself to
And I
dying
feel
yet
like
and
I'm
coming
thinking
back.
about it. You might be stuck in the mist. It's alright though. I'm not too worried about it.
Because
I've been waiting to be able to put this ambience up. I have never gotten this far in any of my games, and I can finally put this ambience up. I'm so happy.
What do I want to build?
Yeah, so we moved on.
Cool. Good to know.
So,
Sorry.
you guys. So you said you leave after an hour.
Yeah.
After they've been gone for an hour, they can come back.
All right.
They know the way. They know where we're going. They know that we were headed to Kresk.
Okay.
I don't think
We
they'll
told them
come
be
back.
careful.
Like Lilith's the one friend, like, I'll follow you into the damnedest place, Leo. That was funny.
Following plant guy.
You know what to build. I was just so curious with what's
Adventure
gonna build.
time.
Come on, grab your friends. We're going to very. I can't sing the rest of the song because that's copyright. Aspiri is playing
So
along with
far off.
her lute.
We're headed to very dope, far away places.
I'd like to say that Leo is now officially in the tavern as one of the dead characters. Congratulations, Leo, as being the first player character to be dead in this game.
No,
Are we there yet?
he's not the
Leo's
first
character is twice now.
dead in the tavern. He's
The
dead
first
in the
time
tavern.
saving, the first saving a party member. The second time, me wanted to venture and to take a risk. It's part of D&D. I'm not even mad about it, believe it or not. It sucks, but like, it's one of those like, it's okay kind of suck.
You had an adventure and you found out some things.
Dude. So yeah.
Yeah.
Are we there yet?
You all have the cart loaded up, and you are heading to.
Moving right
Go
along.
ahead and remind me where your destination is.
We are
Kresk.
going to Kresk.
Okay, Kresk. So as you go back on the road and you put the
And I'm
winery
riding
behind you,
Ares.
you make your way back into the Svalage Woods.
Serafina just looks back at everybody and goes, "Do you think that they'll be okay?"
A ranger and a
They can find
druid.
their way.
Yeah, they'll
They're
be
big
fine.
Yeah,
kids.
they'll be fine.
I am fine.
One's a fire person,
You
the
were
other
right.
one's a war person. What could go wrong?
Well, she's not a war person. She likes trees. And I think she did a fantastic job back with what did Strahd call that thing? Wintersplinter? Oh, what I know that I'm bad at names, but seriously?
They're called it something else.
We could, the tree of destruction that will raise 1,000 cities.
You know what character to bring in?
I was thinking more something along the lines of Greg or something easy to say.
Greg? I mean, yes, that is easier to say. I'm surprised you didn't call him Strahd the Stick. Strahd von Zara Stick.
Okay, sorry.
Wink.
So as you all are heading along the road, eventually you make it to the Raven River crossing, with the signs pointing to either the winery, to Berez, or to Kresk.
All right. Time to go straight to Kresk. Yes, we're all in agreement? Everybody's still going to Kresk? Oh, Garland, how's Ares?
Oh, he's doing good. He's a goat. He can eat anything.
Ah. Don't eat Piddlewicks, please. Piddlewicks doesn't deserve that.
Salvair's going to look at that intersection, and he's
Oh,
just
no.
going to maybe see if there's any footsteps or any trails that kind of stand out at that intersection. Like, how is the road traveled? Does one look to be extremely less traveled than all the others, or?
As you look, the road to Kresk does not appear to be fairly well traveled. There is like signs of like a cart going back and forth periodically, but there doesn't appear to be a lot of foot traffic. It appears to be a pretty sort of like sparingly traveled road. And then like as you look down it, you see that the growth of the trees, it goes a lot more oppressive sort of the further up the mountain you get. Suggesting that people aren't regularly tending to this path.
I think I'm trying to think what's the party. Cleric, two different characters, but I don't want to stick a cleric paladin.
Seraphina just keeps the horses trotting.
All right.
These woods certainly are getting harder and harder to see through.
All right. So as the road branches north and climbs a rocky escarpment, it ends at a gatehouse built into a 20-foot-high wall of stone, reinforced with buttresses every 50 feet or so. The wall encloses a settlement on the side of a snow-dusted mountain spur. Beyond the wall, you see the tops of snow-covered pines and thin white wisps of smoke. The somber toll of a bell comes from a stone abbey that clings to the mountainside high above the settlement. The steady chime is inviting, a welcome change from the deathly silence and oppressive fog to which you have grown accustomed. It's hard to tell at this distance, but there seems to be a switchback road clinging to the cliffs that lead up from the walled settlement to the abbey above. And the air, as you approach the walled settlement, grows colder and colder. The two square towers with peaked roofs flank a stone archway into which is set a pair of 12-foot-tall iron-bound wooden doors. Carved into the arch above the doors is the name Krezk, K-R-E-Z-K. The walls that extend from the gatehouse are 20 feet high. Atop the parapet, you see 4 figures wearing fur hats and clutching spears. As your cart approaches, they point at it and begin to excitedly talk. And as you get the cart close, you see that the gate doors are already opening, and 4 guards step out, almost rushing up to the cart. One of them, he calls out, "Oh, dag, I was beginning to think that you all would never make it back with our shipment of wine." And as he gets around to the front of the cart and he sees all of you, he suddenly gets very confused, and his hand goes to his belt with his sword, and he says, "Identify yourselves. You aren't the Martikovs."
Seraphina Valentine, Dag is taking the wine to Barovia.
He kind of
Martikovs just
his
asked for our
eyes.
help.
He says, "And who all are you? How do you know the Martikovs?"
My name's Elros. We saved their winery, and we're helping them out by delivering this one for them.
Of course.
I just fix things, and the little one is something I created.
The other little one is something that we found and is willing to help.
Quit calling me a little one.
What?
And name it, you didn't create me.
Seraphina hugs Piddlewick and she goes, "Carlin, I wasn't talking about you. We were talking about the automatons."
So the guard says, "Oh, well, I guess we thank you for the delivery. We'll be taking this now." And he starts to direct them to take the barrels off of the cart and bring them into
the barrels aren't in the cart, they're in the bag of holding.
Oh, okay. As they go to grab the barrels, he looks at you confused and he says, "All right, adventurers, you need to do some explaining now. You said there was wine. Where's the wine?"
Seraphina holds up her bag. "It's in a bag, be easier for safekeeping, to wear just in case we got attacked, it wouldn't get destroyed."
Very well. You've delivered it. Now go ahead and give it to us.
You think that you can carry 150-pound casks of wine easily through the snow and the cold wearing all those furs?
Yes.
All right.
And each of the casks has a rope on it, a rope backpack
visiting these guys
on it. And as you unload them, several of the guards hoist them up onto their backs and begin carrying them slowly through the knee-high snow into the town.
Do you mind if we come in?
The guard says, all visitors, we don't allow visitors in Krezk. We're a very small, tight-knit community. Anyone who does come through has to meet with the burgomaster.
We'll meet with them.
More than willing to.
Very well. And he brings you into the town. My name's
Where do you need to add my
Dimitriov.
carrot?
It's good to meet all of you. Sorry for the rough introduction. It's just You can never be too careful these days, and we've been without our wine for about 2 months now, so people are a little
Understandable.
on edge.
Salver's just taking a peek at both the armaments of the soldiers, what they're wearing, what they're wielding, and also the structures and the architecture of the town. How does it seem?
Yes, just a second.
You said his name was Dimitriov?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm envisioning these guys are like old Russian Cossacks with the big hats and everything.
Same.
Yeah,
Or like fur traders.
that's the correct thing to picture. These are big, dark-haired, burly guys. They're wearing thick furs. They've got like the mitten gloves, and they've all got like huge spears. And again, as you're trudging through the town, you're led through the walls. And the mist-shrouded village beyond is revealed to you as nothing more than a scattering of humble wooden cottages along dirt roads that stretch between strands of snow-dusted pine trees. So many trees, in fact, as to constitute a forest. To the northeast, gray cliffs rise sharply, and the road winds up to the abbey and is easy to see from this vantage. As you pass through the village, you see that the various villagers are tending to trees and vegetable patches. They've cleared snow from areas, and they appear to be operating what appears to be like a small, like you'd almost call it a commune. As you're led through, you notice there are no inns or taverns, no businesses at all. That there are only homes and villagers. There are some people who are chopping wood, milking cows. You see that there are chickens in this village. You have not seen chickens anywhere in Barovia, but they seem to have chickens here. And sort of like the air in this village is a lot less oppressive than even in Vallaki, where like the difference between the town of Barovia under Ravenloft Castle and Vallaki was like an astronomical difference. And again, the difference between Vallaki and Kresk is huge. This far away from Strahd, you would guess that these people have sort of they're not you wouldn't guess they're fearless based off their huge wall that they have outside and their gates and guards, but they've adapted well.
Tell me,
So, what kind of eggs did we eat at the winery?
Those were
Bird
raven
eggs.
Whoa! I'm
didn't-
sorry?
you didn't eat.
We ate. Oh, that's right. You guys ate. I know, but it's still like wait, they ate raven eggs.
As you're led into the village, they quickly close the gate behind you, and as you're walking through the town, is there anything you guys would like to ask the guards or anything as you're being led to the burgomaster?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a church here?
We hear the bell.
Dimitriov nods. He says, yeah, we have a church. Well, I mean, there is a church. We don't go to it, but there is one. He points to it up on the hill. He says that it's the Abbey. We operate independently from the Abbey. We help them out sometimes, especially during particularly rough winters. But mostly the people in the Abbey keep to themselves, and so do we.
That's very admirable.
if I may ask, we did travel quite far to bring you this wine. I don't see a tavern. Furthermore,
there isn't
I
one.
see...
Kresk is not... We don't operate for profit, and we don't open ourselves to tourists. We've realized that the best way to keep things secure is to keep things small and to keep things simple, and so we do so. We've managed to tend our small gardens that we grow root vegetables that can grow here up on the cold climates of the mountaintops, and we've managed to, through trading with the Vistani in the past, we've managed to breed an entire line of chickens and pigs and cows. And, you know, we don't like to brag, but we keep ourselves fairly comfortable here. But then again, we also do not open ourselves up to adventurers. As soon as you meet the burgomaster, I'm sure he'll thank you and reward you in some way, but then I'm assuming we'll be seeing you off.
You distribute the wine how? How does everyone get the wine?
we ration it like everything else.
And I'm assuming the Burgermeister determines who gets what wine?
He says, yes, the Kreskov family. They've been in charge of the town since it was formed. He says, and they're a trustworthy family.
I can certainly imagine.
He says that they're getting a little on in age, though. Burgomaster Kreskov recently, he and his wife, they had a 14-year-old son, and Ilya was the heir to the Kreskov line. He was actually the last of 4 children that family had, and just a few weeks ago, he died in his sleep to an illness. So we're not really sure what's going to happen with the Kreskov line now, because they're far too old to bear more children.
I may ask, we've been to a few places where certain hobbies and skills were considered taboo.
Do you all condone magic?
Thank you. That's
Uh,
more or less what I'm inquiring.
we have a few small magical objects in the town that, things that are enchanted to not break and such. We don't fear. Well, I mean, we do. We have a healthy fear of magic. We respect it, but we don't ban its practice.
Well, that's good. Those objects you speak of that do not break, I happen to use magic that fixes
As you guys are
those
walking,
that do.
suddenly the bell from the abbey begins to toll, which is weird because it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. The bell tolls a few times, and then as the last toll rings and sort of like subsides, for a few seconds after the bell finishes tolling, you hear a chorus of baleful screams and inhuman laughter that echoes throughout the village, and then everything goes quiet again.
Seraphina instantly grabs her sword and like looks up and goes, "What just happened?"
It's a rather unusual
Dmitriov,
sound.
he looks at you and like color has drained from his face. And he says, I told you, nobody from the village visits the abbey anymore. We don't know what's going on and we don't want to know.
Found our inn.
What?
Well, if we solve this
I think
abbey
we
issue,
go there.
Let's talk to the burgomaster about that. Not
And right
random guard.
as you're starting to talk about that, you reach the burgomaster's house. Dmitriev knocks on the door, and an absurdly old man answers. He's got like the slice through the eye, kind of like. Or sorry, that was the other guy. That's Davian. Wrong guy. This guy is also absurdly old. He's like hairy to a fault. In addition to his furs that he's wearing, he has like a thick bristle of sort of silvery hair, like up his chest and down his arms and sticking out of his ears and out of his nostrils. He looks like he's more hair than human. But he sort of like smiles as he sees the carts of wine, or the casks of wine being carried. And he says, well, it's about damn time. Come in. And he like just ushers you all inside into his little cottage. You see that this building is the largest building in town, but even so, it is not a huge building. It's just like larger than the other homes. Inside, you see a human woman who is tending to a huge pot over the fire, like a big cauldron. You can smell, and you can't hear the smell of. You can smell the smell of like stew boiling, and it makes all of your mouths water because you can smell butter and bacon and stuff being added into the stew. Something that none of you have had the pleasure of eating since you've been here. He ushers you inside into these huge overstuffed chairs. And as you sit down, you see in the back corner of the house, next to several empty casks of wine, are indoor pig pens and chicken coops. And you can hear like the clucking of chickens from inside the coop. And as the guards drop the casks down, they take one of the casks back out, and Dmitry Kreskov, he tells the guard to distribute it amongst the people. And he says to give them a little extra ration since it's been so long since we've had any. And he goes, "Yes, sir." And he heads off with the cask. And then he turns to all of you. And he says, "I was expecting Martikovs."
They were
You
busy.
don't look like Martikovs. Who are you?
Got into a bit of trouble, and we helped them. And
I try to keep from laughing.
You what?
I'm seeing this big guy with a Mike Tyson voice. So I'm trying to keep from laughing.
Oh, I mean, we're all wearing hats and like earmuffs. We're okay. Serafina just gives a bow and says, "Serafina Valentine, we helped out the Martikovs."
He shakes your hand. His
Oh, she happily
massive
shakes.
hand.
She's like,
His massive hand like engulfs yours. Like he could palm a basketball. Like his hands are that
she's
big.
6'6".
This guy's a big boy.
She'll match his hand size. He's
yeah,
a fighter.
He gives you a squeeze. You give him a squeeze back, and he gives like, "Oh, you got a grip. All right."
So do you, sir.
And then he says, "Pardon me, I really need to do this." And he goes over and he grabs a tap, and he immediately taps one of the casks of wine. And he pours himself a glass and his wife a glass. And he fills up everyone a tankard as she passes around soup bowls. And he says, "All right, any good discussion happens over dinner. So let's get this dinner going. She's been cooking this stew all day, and I'm tired of smelling it. I'm ready to get some of it in me."
Of course.
And you're all just sort of treated to a nice dinner. He asks you each about yourselves. He asks, and he doesn't just like ask you like, "Who are you and why are you here?" Like he talks to each of you and he asks you personal questions like, "Oh, like tell me about your family," like, "Oh, what kind of hobbies do you have?" Those sorts of things. This guy, you can tell that he really genuinely cares about each and every one of you as he talks to you. And he introduces himself as Dmitry Kreskov, and the old woman, the old babushka who's making you the stew, as his wife Anna. He basically, after he talks to each of you, he opens himself up for questions. So if any of you would like to ask him anything about himself or the town, now is the time to do it. It's sort of just like as you guys are eating.
What's going on with the Abbey?
Yes, forgive our questioning, but we heard screaming.
We don't go up to the Abbey. The abbot... There's something wrong with the abbot. He got here over a century ago, and he only comes down occasionally, but he's still alive, which, I mean, he was good friends. I knew him when I was a child, and so, I don't know, there's something strange about it, but as time has gone by, things have gone wrong there.
what sort of things?
He will show up and visits the Shrine of the White Sun, but when he does, he doesn't talk to anyone. He just demands tribute in the form of wine. He's yet to tell any of us what his name is. He just refers to himself as the Abbot. I know a lot of the townspeople think that he's a servant of Strahd, but I'm not so sure. I think that he has other things going on. He's never once asked me about anything Strahd-related or vampire-related. He just comes down, he asks for wine, and he'll ask if there's any people that in the town that need healing.
Healing?
Healing.
Yes,
Is he a
and
healer?
he'll heal people. He'll heal you in a heartbeat, but then you never come back. All we ever get are letters.
I do need to speak to him, though. We have a friend who requires some healing, but they cannot make
well,
the
I
trip.
hope your friend's prepared to give themselves up for service at the Abbey. You don't get healing for free anymore.
Oh,
If you
for
go up
fuck's
there
sake.
for healing, you don't come back.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
We'll find a way. Seraphina is like not drinking the wine, just holding it before passing it to anybody who wants it.
I'll take it last.
Here you go. I drank my fill at the winery today.
Mine as well, and keep it away from
Uh,
Grimmy. He thinks he can drink, but really all he does is splash it on his face.
Piddlewicks is the same thing. Oh, Piddlewicks! And she like gently wiped Piddlewicks's outfit clean. Dear boy.
As Piddlewick comes out, you see...
Oh, he's been out. He's been next to her.
Okay, well, once Dimitri notices Piddlewick, his eyes go wide, and he says, "Where did you get that? I haven't seen one of those since I was a boy. That thing looks just like this toy that this revered toy maker who used to travel up here periodically would bring with him. He's a little, it's a little dirtier and older looking, though."
Well, we got him from a carpet, surprisingly enough, and he is a marvelous friend. Would you like to introduce yourself, dear?
Piddlewick does like a little jig and a dance, and then he shoots sparks out of his candy cane scepter. And
he
goes, "Yes!
fireworks.
I thought he was gonna
It's
shoot
the
sparks
same
somewhere
toy from
else.
when I was a boy, but I haven't seen it in forever. The Vistani used to bring it with them sometimes."
We got him from a carpet that was with Vistani, so I suppose it does
Amazing.
make sense. Small world, is it not?
Oh, yes. But
I'd
yeah,
like to
he
see that little
takes-
performance and say
Encore.
he wants an encore from Piddlewicks, but
Perhaps later.
Piddlewicks gets a 10 on a performance check as he goes through some of his magic
He can
tricks
be.
and his
He
things
gets.
that he can do.
I'm helping him by playing my DOS lute, so he can get advantage. The boy deserves advantage. The boy deserves advantage.
That is a 14 now. Alright, so he does a good little show, and as he does, you see the Kreskovs just like losing themselves in laughter. He like wiping tears from their eyes, just like full belly laughs. At the end of his little routine, he claps you all on the shoulder, and he goes, "Oh, you all have made my evening bringing this little thing. Oh, it's been so long since we had any real entertainment here, and things can be so
not
sad."
so little.
Garland.
Garland, he means the small constructs.
Seraphina is gonna pick up Piddlewick and just hug him tightly.
And Garland sits there and takes a drink of his holy water along with the wine.
Dude, I hope you're ready for those con saves, because are you mixing the two? Holy sh! That's a lot of wine.
Don't you? On the door.
Garland, he can hold his own. He's all right.
Okay.
But yeah, as the evening goes by and the burgomaster gets steadily drunker on wine, is there anything else that you all want to say to him before he excuses himself to bed? He tells you all that, you can feel free to stay in the village in his place tonight, but as per village law, you'll need to be on your way tomorrow.
Seraphina does have a question.
Sure.
I heard about your... I hope
And
it's
Garland
not-
does too.
Garland, if you want to go ahead, I've been talking a lot. Go, please.
I would just like your permission for us to go up to the Abbey
He
tomorrow.
kind of looks at you all grimly, and he says, "You don't need my permission to go up there, but I don't know if I would if I were you. I'd stay away."
Well, we're traveling through your land, sir.
We
Not
just want
really.
to make sure it's all right. That nobody's going to throw us out. If
Well,
we try
thank
to
you,
kill us.
sir.
I may, is there... I know you have your laws in the village, and we're not going to try to, I guess, step over these boundaries, but do you have any way we may be able to extend our stay if we prove ourselves an asset to the village? Useful in any way?
He says, well, now there is a labor job that we needed done. I suppose if you all made yourselves useful that we could find a room for you, but I'm only doing that because of the circumstances with the wine, and people will start to look at me funny and start to question my leadership if I let you all linger too long.
Of course. What's the job?
Understandable, sire.
Well, on the north end of the village, there is a pool of water. It's fresh water that is good to drink from throughout the year. Next to the pool, some of our ancestors, many generations ago, built a shrine to the Morning Lord. They called it the Shrine of the White Sun. Unfortunately, as of late, it's fallen into disrepair, and I haven't been able to get anyone together to go work on it. We have some
Did he
lumber
say shrine to the
stacked
Morning
behind
Lord?
one of the houses. Would you all... Do you all have any experience in construction?
Did he say shrine to the Morning Lord?
I have stonework, sire.
He did say shrine to the
Yes, he
Morning Lord,
did.
yes.
And
Yeah,
I have
Seraphina's already. She's like bouncing in her seat. She goes, happily. I'll do my best.
We actually wouldn't really need as much of the supplies as you would think. I have a knack for fixing things.
And I can help, and I'm able to lift quite a bit.
Well, I would guess that if
and
you
I am
all...
a stonemason.
If
You
you
are
all
stonemason.
helped out around the town and you all could maybe fix up the shrine, that people would probably be a little less wary of you.
Of course. Do you think that it might be too late to get to the Abbey tonight?
It's about early afternoon. You could go up to the Abbey today if you wanted.
I'm
And the
going.
shrine? How far away is the shrine from where we are?
If you look on your map, it is right here.
So
By the pool of water.
we're about like...
You guys are currently right here.
So either way, it's
Right there.
roughly a similar distance.
This is a very
God,
small
that's
town,
big.
too, for the record. This is not big.
Yeah, that's not like Valaki. And I can only assume that this is the,
That is the Abbey.
okay. And so we'd have to take the switch back up, or find a place where villagers can't see and just go noom.
If I may make
I'd
a
be like
suggestion,
here. We could just boop over the wall.
perhaps if we take care of the shrine first, we can...
That's a whole thing. We can do that tomorrow. It's not a
the
quick
shrine is
job.
the easiest.
I tell the
think-
burgomaster, we had some friends that were expecting. They knew we was traveling here. His name is Leo and Lilith.
He gives you like a look. He says, we haven't had any visitors. You're the
Yes.
first people to show up at the town in weeks.
Well, they would be here soon, I can assume.
Well, if any of them, if your companions show up, we'll certainly tell them where you are.
Will they be allowed in to
All right,
help with the shrine?
Thank you, sir.
He gets their descriptions and he says, yes, we'll let your friends in if they show up.
So
Leo's dead. Is Lilith stuck inside the mist somewhere? I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I'm
Lilith
in
is
a
out of the
room.
mist.
she's in a room where it happens.
I'm somewhere out of the mist, potentially not the right direction out of the mist.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, that's why I typed in earlier. Is she dead or what?
Guess we'll find out.
I guess we can jump back over there then.
Cool.
Lilith, as you are deposited from the mist, you feel tile, like stone tile under your feet. And you can again feel the pressure change as you can feel yourself being shifted, into a new place. And as the mist sort of pulls away, you are left in a small, dark, very tight-fitting stone room. As you look around, you realize in horror that you are inside of a stone sarcophagus.
I feel all of the walls
Check your neck
or
again.
anything all around me.
You feel around. It's hard to move because of how tightly packed in here you are. You are inside of a space that's about 3 feet wide, 5 feet tall, and only a few inches thick. But you can feel the seal where the lid of the sarcophagus is. You would guess that you might be able to push it off, but it's stone, so it's going to be hard to do.
Don't
I'm
forget your inspirations.
exhausted right now. Can I, and hear me out on this, no, I don't have that much air. I'm just going to try and push it off. I was going to try and take a rest, but...
If you want to just sleep inside the coffin, you can totally sleep inside the coffin.
Oh, cool. Then I'm going to go to sleep at least for a while, because I'm very exhausted. Yeah, whatever rest I can have. And can I take the time to attune to my spear thing?
Sure, yes.
Cool.
But you
I thought
sleep...
you attuned to what was at the winery.
Yeah, you guys did all have an evening to sleep at the winery,
but
so you
she
would
also
attune
has...
to it at the winery.
Okay, so then I'll just take this to sleep.
Cool. So you kind of go in and out of sleep in this dark little hole as you can feel your wounds sort of healing slowly. And after a time, you feel a little better. You wake up feeling more rested.
Long or short?
You can go ahead and give yourself a long rest.
I'm gonna need it. And then I guess I'll try and push off the top of the sarcophagus.
It's going to be an athletics check.
All right. Oh, nat 1. So 5.
All right. As you push the lid, it slides off easier than you realized it would. And in doing that, it slides all the way off of the thing that it's resting on and smashes on the ground, making a loud bang and crash.
I cast darkness immediately around myself.
Like a squid.
Yes.
Right, so as that happens, you hear what sounds like bats begin to flap around and screech from high overhead as the loud noise echoes through the area. As you look around, you see that you are in a catacomb with arched ceilings supported by wide, hollow columns that double as crypts. Cobwebs hang limply in the musty air, and a thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. The black ceiling is moving, and you recognize that as bats. As you make the loud noise, though, the bats begin to, like I said, they shriek and they begin to fly out, and the bats empty out of the dungeons as you see them flying as a huge group, sort of off towards an area.
All right. I'm going to get out of the coffin and try and can I sense if anybody's coming? If anything's coming because I made a loud noise?
You can listen. You want to make a perception check?
Yeah, I'll do that. 15.
you can hear sort of like the faint sounds of activity from elsewhere in this area, from like far off, kind of like dully echoes. But in your immediate area, you don't hear anything other than the bats.
Then I guess I'll try and stealthily move in one, like, just start walking as stealthily as I can.
All right. Go ahead and give me the stealth check.
Oh, 24. Natural 19.
All right. So, as you step forward, you look to your side and you see next to the like shattered lid of the sarcophagus, hanging above the sarcophagus is a placard. The placard says Duchess Dorfnia Delisnia. And you see sort of like crumbled on the ground at your feet are the skeletal remains and clothes of who you would guess used to be the person in that crypt.
How did I get in there?
As you look down, you see there is a pile of rags, but hanging on the back wall of the crypt is a handsome quilt depicting a royal feast.
Can I look for any information in the quilt? Like, do I notice anything? Or
You notice that it depicts several nobles, including Strahd von Zarovich, all seated around a table, very much like Last Supper style.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Am I
Is back.
in Strahd's... Am I in Strahd's, like, castle or
Bedchambers?
something? Am I somewhere I don't want to be? I'll just, with darkness cast, start moving out of where I am. Actually, I want to look around this room and see if I can find any clues to how I got here in place of the other woman who was here and what happened.
So you see just like this room is massive. Easily, like the ceilings are really high, the place is really huge, and like every 10 feet is an archway which is supported by a crypt like the one you were in. So picture like every pillar contains a crypt like the one you were just in, and it's just sort of like catacombs of pillars. So like, and each pillar has a placard that you would guess says who is buried there. If you'd like to look at the ones in your immediate vicinity, you can try to like read some of them.
Yeah, I guess I'll do
that. Sure. You go to the next one down, and you see that this crypt says Piddlewick, Fool of Dorfnia.
Piddlewick is... The doll was based off a person. How did the toy maker know that? I suppose... Do I know what this place is? Like...
You have no clue.
Doors. Okay. I guess then I'm gonna just start walking down the hall.
All right, you pass lots of crypts. Do you want to stop and read any more of them, or you just going?
I'll read a couple, but not that many.
Sure. You passed one that says King Katsy, ruler, inventor, and self-proclaimed time traveler.
Okay.
You pass one that says Kazan, his word was power.
All right.
And if you want to jack with any of these, it's just a DC 15 athletics check to open the crypts, or to open the coffins.
Yeah, I'll open the time traveler one.
Lilith, you got another healing from beyond.
Appreciated. Oh no, that's a don't open it. Doesn't make it.
You still have 2 inspirations, don't forget.
I have 3.
I stand corrected.
So as you go for the first one, it doesn't budge. If you'd
Then
like, you can use your inspiration.
I guess. Yeah, I'll use a D8. See what I can do. Nope, don't make it.
Yeah, that one's stuck.
I guess I'll try another one. The one across from it.
Sure. You go to the one across from it.
Athletics again. Got it. 19.
The one across from that one says Sasha Ivliskova, wife. And as you pull this one off, you see webs as thick and pale as linen cover a shapely female form lying atop a marble slab in the center of this dusty, web-filled crypt. You hear a voice issue from the darkness. My love, have you come to set me free? And the figure's eyes open.
How would I'm not
Holy
your
shit,
love. But how can I help you?
The woman rises, the shroud of webs clinging to her in a ghastly fashion.
Can I help you?
She looks at you confused, and she says, Who are you? Did my husband send you for me? Is my punishment finally over?
Yes. Yes, he did. He did not tell me how to help you, though.
I'm so thirsty. If he sent you... She smells the air. She says,
my blood isn't good. I'm a
Worst case scenario, you get turned into a vampire and needs to survive, Lilith. Or get drank.
I'm a monster. If you drink my blood, it'll be very bad. It's poisonous. It's like a toxic dart frog situation. You know what toxic dart frogs are?
I don't. I've never heard of a toxic dart frog.
They're small and red like me, and they're very poisonous. People don't eat them because they're very, very poisonous.
Well, if you were sent to retrieve me, where's my husband? Will you be taking me to him? Actually, I'm gonna need a deception check, sorry. I'm gonna need a deception check for that poison dart frog comment.
Yeah, I'm just don't want to get blood drained again.
Worst case scenario, you get turned into a vampire.
-1. All right, 14, and I'm adding my.
She only got a 10.
Cool.
Oh,
yeah.
I've been in here so long and I'm so weak, I wouldn't want to drink something that could hurt me. If you weren't here to feed me, then do you know where there is food? Did my husband send any directions for you? Where will I meet him? And she looks down at herself and she realizes that her clothes are like torn up and like moth-eaten. She's like, "And how should I meet him when I'm like this?" And she seems to get kind of distressed.
Don't worry. It's wait, she can't even see me. She's just talking to a shadow. I just realized that. It's all right. I'll just say like, he intended for you to meet him in that direction, and I'll point the opposite direction I'm going and say, and I believe if you go down far enough and make a left, there's a wonderful tailor who can fix your outfit.
She just sort of like steps out of the coffin and kind of like shell-shocked, like very confused. She just sort of like wanders in the direction you pointed her.
Back into my shadow, and I run in the opposite direction as quietly as I can.
All right. You head in the opposite direction past several more of these crypts. And you eventually reach the far end of this chamber.
I've been like trying to find a better ambiance, and I hope this one's better.
If you could just put larders.
Experience is enough
Okay, so like, look up larders of ill omen ambience.
All right, larders of ill omen.
Is she in the catacombs? She's in the catacombs.
I'm in catacombs.
Oh, thank you. That's how you spell that. I figured that's where she was. Omen. There's ironically not a lot of Oh wow, there's like nothing for this.
Okay,
There's
that's fine.
literally
I thought there
no
might be something
ambience
for it.
for
Okay.
that.
As
I'll
you
go through
get
source
out
codes.
of the catacombs, you see that the room widens and there are steps that descend to a landing flanked by 2 alcoves. Within each alcove, taking up a full 30 feet height of the ceiling, is a bronze statue of a warrior holding a spear. A soft blue curtain of light flows between the 2 alcoves. Dimly visible on the other side of the curtain are more descending stairs.
Can I try and pick something up on the ground next to me and try and throw it through whatever light is there?
Yes. You like grab something out of your bag and throw it. It flies through and just bounces down the steps.
I don't like that. I guess. And there's no other way for me to go.
You go back into the chamber you were just in.
Nope. I'll walk through it. I'll try and sneak through it, like, if I can. I don't want to awaken anything else.
Lilith becomes a vampire snack.
What's your alignment?
I am true neutral.
As you step through the veil of light, you feel yourself teleported back to the top of the stairs.
Oh no, I'm chaotic neutral, sorry.
You're still teleported back to the top of the stairs.
I imagine you have to be evil.
Looks like Damien K is played away another day, so it looks like I'll bring it into cleric.
I don't think there's any other way for me to go through there. I guess I'll sneak back in the other direction.
All right. So you head back into the catacombs. Which direction would you like to go now?
How many options do I have?
So you just came from the east. You're in a giant rectangle, and picture yourself just in the center of a big rectangle. So you can go to the west, north, or south, and there are more crypts dotting every 10 feet, whichever direction you go.
So I came from the west?
You came from the east.
I came from the east, and I'm headed west, which is back where the...
Yes. You came from the west.
I'll go north.
Alright, so you have to move through some of these, move past some of these crypts. As you do... Second. You pass these ones. You pass a crypt of Artemis the Builder. Thou standest amidst the monument to his life, is what his plaque says. You pass the one for Kazan again, and its placard says his word was power. And then you pass one for Prince Ariel de Plumet, and in parentheses it says Ariel the Heavy. And then the last one you pass is for Artank Swilovich, friend and member of the Barovian Wine Distillers Guild. Would you like to stop and chat with any of those?
Nope, I'm not fucking with the coffins again. I keep going.
Right. You passed through these catacombs and through... let's see. You pass through this area and you come to a closed portcullis, standing in the center of an archway. What would you like to do?
Oh, I feel like that could be bad. I guess, can I see any cranks or levers around it?
You look around and you see on the southern wall, just to the west of the entrance, is a lever.
Then I'll pull the lever.
All right, as you pull the lever, the portcullis opens slowly with like the sounds of stone grinding on stone and like the clinking of chains.
I'll walk through and see if there's another side to close it on the other side.
As you step through, you go from it's a very stark contrast as you step from the dark catacombs into a white marble staircase. It descends to a tome with a vaulted ceiling 30 feet overhead. A stillness, sort of a calm amid the storm, is felt here. In the center of the tome, a white marble slab supports an intricately laid coffin. Chiseled into the slab is a name, Sergei von Zarovich. To the north, behind the coffin, are 3 alcoves. A beautifully carved statue stands in each alcove. A stunning young man flanked by 2 angels, looking as polished as the day they were carved. As you turn around, you see the iron lever protruding from the southern wall.
I'm not gonna close it. Is this a dead end?
This is a dead end, yes.
I'm not opening his tomb. Can I inspect the statues to see if I can tell if it's just magical upkeep or if somebody's actually coming here or anything?
As you inspect them, you see that there are it looks polished. Somebody put elbow grease into cleaning these. It's not magical. You would guess that somebody probably regularly maintains this crypt.
Then I guess I'll leave and close it again. And then I am going to go, I guess, south.
Hey, Bunny, does anyone, who in your group has the fortunes written down?
I do. I do all the.
Can you remind me of the
wait.
fortunes?
I don't have those. I wasn't there for that.
The what?
I thought you were talking about just what Taroka cards they were.
Let me check.
I don't have those.
I
The
might
only
have
one who
that
should
right
have them
now.
is probably Garland or Leo.
Oh, from earlier?
One was
From,
allies,
first session.
something.
The musical group?
Yeah.
No.
Wall of bones that hold a treasure. Wall of bones that hold a treasure. Chandler of bones that hold a treasure. Table of bones, all the remains of forgotten enemy. One of swords lines the dragon's house. Card of power and strength. Sword of sunlight. Man in carnival wagon. There lies what you seek. King of diamonds. Broken wizard. With strong spells. Ally. Your enemy is a creature of darkness. Dungeon. King of club. Here he lives in a pile of bones. In a pit of bones.
Hey, Garland, when you
That's
get
what
a
I
chance,
have.
would you be able to put those in the Google Notes or send them to me to where I can put them in the Google Doc?
So, what are you gonna do now, Lilith?
I start typing
At this point, I know I'm in something to do with Strahd, right?
You would guess.
Because I just saw his something related to him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going south.
All right. You pass through the catacombs, and you reach the southern end of this chamber. You reach another closed portcullis.
I'll open it. Again, with whatever lever I can find.
Yes, there is a lever at the top of this. Yeah, there's a lever. So as you pull the lever, the portcullis opens, and this time a black marble staircase is revealed. You descend the black marble staircase to a dark tomb with a vaulted ceiling 30 feet overhead. The essence of evil permeates the very air. The smell of freshly turned earth is here. Settled into the dirt on the floor is a shining black coffin of finely waxed wood. The coffin's fittings are of brilliant brass, and the lid is closed. South of the coffin are 3 gloomy alcoves. An iron lever protrudes from the north wall east of the tomb's entrance.
Go pull that. I'm gonna go pull that lever.
That's the one that opens.
Oh
and closes
no.
the
Okay,
portcullis.
then no. Can I read what's on this grave? Tomb?
As you approach the grave, you see the plaque on the lid say Strahd von Zarovich.
Mother.
I'd become a freaking minion.
I'm out.
Hope you're gonna get the opportunity.
Leave and shut the portcullis and
As
run.
you turn, you see the piles of earth shift.
Go.
I run.
Raise out of the dirt, and as they do, the portcullis slams shut.
They can't see me yet, though, right?
Oh god,
Or they
Strahd can.
can't see me at all.
You are not
Then
sure.
I'm gonna go and try and open the portcullis as sneakily as I can.
Okay, so as
Or try and get to it.
As they wake, you see 3 vampires spawn who are like dressed in soiled but very beautiful clothing. One of them, in a soiled wedding gown, is wearing a golden tiara, and her arms are covered in bracelets. One of them is wearing a tattered red wedding gown with a black and crimson headscarf sewn with precious jewels, and she's wearing a platinum necklace with a black opal pendant. The third is wearing a faded gold wedding gown with a platinum mask shaped vaguely like a skull, and her rings are each set with gem-adorned platinum rings. Her fingers are. As they wake, you see the one in white give like a huge stretch and a yawn. And she sort of like looks to the other 2 as they've woken. Yes, Bunny, if you would like to post a picture of the brides, you can.
I am so down to do that. I have been waiting to meet them. The only one that I can find, I have to post them each individually because the one with all of them has another person in it.
One of them yawns, the one in the white wedding gown, and she says, "Sisters, I hunger. Why is it time to wake up? Who's woken me?" And then one of them says, "Ludmilla, I thought that you woke me." And one of them, the one in the golden gown, she says, "Girls, something does not seem right. Do you smell that?" And you see that all 3 of them begin like very silently like smelling the air, looking around, until their eyes rest on the strange pocket of shadow that you are hiding in.
I will, as their eyes rest on me, I want to switch from being in there to being out of it, but just in the general darkness.
Okay. Sure. As you step out,
would they be using dark vision to see me if I stepped out?
they would be using dark vision to see you.
Okay, then I'll step out.
One of them says, "Oh, it's okay. Whoever's in there, it's alright. You don't have to be worried. We aren't going to hurt you. We're not like our husband." She says, I'm Ludmilla. It's the one in the white gown. I am Strahd's favorite wife. He wouldn't dare hurt you if I asked him not to. Why don't you just show yourselves?
Can I
Tell
make
me
an
how you
insight
got
check?
down all this way. It must be a wonderful tale.
Can I make an insight check to see if she's lying or not?
Yes, you can.
Oh no, I'm using all of the inspiration I can. I need to know
You can
this.
use one inspiration at a time, so...
Then I'm not using inspiration. I take it back. That's a
Like I said,
6
worst case
or a
scenario,
9.
you just become a flesh bag or a.
Ha 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 ha.
She
You just gotta
is
roll.
obviously lying with your roll. She only rolled a 5.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I didn't assume so. I take the.
So curious that we can't see you. What
use
lets you do that?
thaumaturgy. I use thaumaturgy to make it sound like something's running down, like running in the opposite direction of where I am, and I guess I'll dispel darkness on my pebble or whatever, and then use. No, I'm not using thaumaturgy. I'm not making a sound. I'm just hiding. And walking, if I can, walking slowly towards the portcullis opening.
So as you are walking towards there, you see that one of the wives is she like, so Ludmilla points like towards the portcullis, and she points over towards the statues in the back, and as she does, Valenta and Anastasia take to the air, and both of them hover, taking positions protectively over the exits to the room.
Yes, I love that people are saying that she failed the vibe check.
I
Please.
will.
I can tell that you're scared. I can smell it pouring off of you. We won't hurt you, I promise.
I know she's lying.
I just am curious. Just tell me who you are and how you got here. You won't like it if I must wake up my husband. He'll be a lot less understanding. As you say that, Anastasia says, "It's our husband, Ludmilla. We get that you're their favorite, but at least you can, like, acknowledge us." And Valenta, she kind of, like, huffs, and she goes, huh. Ludmilla goes, oh, girls, it's okay. Let's not do this in front of our guest. What was your name again?
I open the portcullis and attempt to, like... Actually,
if you go over, she's flying above the lever. So if you want to grab the lever, she's going to get you. Or she's going to try to get you. You can try to lift the portcullis yourself. That's going to be the only way you're going to get out without
it takes so long. Okay. I mean, I'll give it a shot.
All right. So you had that 24. I'll let you keep that 24. We're going to see
Does it count as a door?
It's a door, sort of. Why?
Is it unlocked?
It is not unlocked. You need you can either try to lift it or you use the lever.
All right, I'll try to lift it.
All right. As you grab.
They're all doing the House of Vibes check.
Go ahead and make your athletics check.
Lilith, you got inspiration.
I'm using inspiration. I'm gonna use that inspiration. I'm also gonna use my own 3 inspiration.
Like regular inspiration? Okay.
Yeah, just one of them.
So roll with advantage, and then you can roll a d8 and add it to whatever you get.
All right.
You're gonna need the d8 too, because you have not passed the check yet.
21, 25.
The DC was 25. So
mother!
as you kind of like slowly creep towards the door, you see that Ludmilla is looking over to the corner of the room where you sent your like sound echo. And you just like, quietly grab the portcullis with like all the strength in your body. You manage to slide it up a couple inches as she's like monologuing and the girls begin to argue. And then you kind of like slide under it and slowly let it down behind you. You can hear they're inside the chamber still talking.
Try and move as stealthily as I can. And I guess, there's no exits. I'll go back towards where I came from initially.
Cool. You get back to the coffin that you broke out of, and you see that the chamber continues to the west.
I'll keep going.
You come to a staircase.
Up.
It goes up.
I'm out of here as much as I can be.
All right. So that is...
Lilith, I can only imagine if you will
run up the staircase. You see its large flagstones of its steps lead up around a 20-foot wide curve. It's like a curved one up. Cobwebs fill the staircase, making it difficult to see even the ceiling. Heavy beams sag overhead from centuries of supported weight.
Lilith is more scared than I think she has ever been. And I think that as she's going up, there's not much that's gonna stop vampires that I can do. So I guess I'll just keep running. Upwards. Away.
And
Lilith, I hope that you have a heart rate monitor on and it is in the hundreds at the moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
God damn!
This is so much.
Ma'am!
Oh,
Ma'am! If you make it out of here alive, I am going to be I will buy you food. I will literally send Grubhub to your house.
So, as you run up the staircase, you're running up the staircase for what feels like an impossibly long amount of time. But eventually you come out on a landing. You see that there is an arched room connecting a vast chamber to the east. And then you're on the staircase on the western side of this room. To the left of the landing, the stairs curl down into darkness. To the right, the stairs climb up into thick drapes of cobwebs. Alcoves in the north and south walls hold 8-foot-tall sculptures of helmed knights with bright blades. Black shadows obscure their faces.
I'll keep going straight to the east.
Okay. So you step out into a chapel. Dim colored lights filter through tall, broken, and boarded up windows of stained glass, illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. A few bats flutter about near the top of the 90-foot-high domed ceiling. A balcony runs the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. In the center of the balcony, 2 dark shapes are slumped in tall chairs. Benches coated with centuries of dust lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond this debris, lit by a piercing shaft of light, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with reliefs of ancient angelic figures entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a small silver statue. A cloaked figure draped over the altar and a black mace lie on the floor near its feet.
To try and sneak towards the balcony. Oh, if only I had that carpet. I'm feeling real bad about not having the carpet right now.
All right. You quietly creep through the chapel to the altar. As you get close, you can see the figure more clearly. You'd see the remains of a human. You see that his skin appears to be scorched and his eyes are popped. And his body appears to be in some state of decay. What would you like to do?
Did you say there was like a balcony or something outside?
50 feet above the floor, yes. Sorry, I thought you said you went up to the altar. When you said balcony, I heard altar. My apologies.
Oh, that's all right. I want to... It's 50 feet above the floor, just like straight up, like vampire flying shit straight up. Can't. Can I see any way I could get up there?
Not from here.
All right, then I guess I'll go back. I'll go back the way I came.
All right. As you are stepping away, you kind of like feel a pull. Like you can feel your eyes drawn back to the little statue on the altar. And you kind of can feel, or you sort of like hear words. Or more than words, you feel intent. Something wants you to grab that. It's up to you to decide if you want to or not. It's not compelling you to do it, but you can feel some force compelling you to take that statuette with you.
I'll take it. If it doesn't feel compelling, I'll take it.
All right. And your alignment was true neutral, correct?
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral. All right. You pick up the small statue, and as you do, the shaft of light vanishes. You can kind of feel the energy in the room kind of fade. But the statue is warm in your hands.
What does it look like?
It looks to be a silver statue of a cleric or a priest, bent on his knees in a symbol of prayer. It weighs 10
Can
pounds.
I make 10 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know what it does or why I wanted to pick it up?
Sure. This would be more of a religion check, honestly, than an Arcana check.
I don't have anything to either of those, so I'll take either one. Nat 20! Nat 20!
All right, so
Okay. Yes!
you can't
Oh my
exactly
God.
determine what this thing does, but while you're holding it, you can feel protection emanating from it. You're not sure exactly what this thing is doing for you, but whatever it is good.
Okay. Then I'll go back the way I came.
All right. As you head out of the
Are there bats
small chapel.
Are there bats anywhere around me or any type of animal?
No, there are not.
Okay. I want to go back to where there are.
The bats were all in the catacombs. Do you want to go back to the catacombs?
Good. No.
All right, so currently you are in the chapel. There is a door on the western wall. There are 3 doors on the western wall. One of them is the southernmost door on the western wall. That's the one you came through. There is a center door on the western wall, and there is an eastern door, or there's a northern door on the western wall. Which one would you like to go through?
I'll go through door number north.
Or the door. You open this door, and it opens into an arched room connecting a vast chamber to the east and a staircase that rises to the west. Alcoves in the north and south walls hold 8-foot-tall sculptures of helmeted knights with muscular builds, with black shadows across their faces. So there's another staircase here. It goes
Like a
upward.
labyrinth. I'll go up.
You'll go up. As you climb the staircase, you see that it is made of old wood, and as you're walking, the wood is loudly creaking and groaning. If you try to go up these stairs, anything up there is going to hear you.
Okay. Can I see if I can sense something up there? Like, can I listen?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
16.
You can hear what sounds like the scribbling of a quill on parchment, sort of like dully echoing through the halls.
Oh man. I don't go up. I don't want to take the stairs down either. I guess I'll go back out the door I came and go through the center door.
Sure. You go through the center door and you step into a grand hallway. It is choked with dust and stretches into darkness ahead. Webs hang from the arched ceilings like drapes, and life-size statues of knights line the hallway on both sides. Their eyes seem to be watching you as you step into the room.
Are there any spiders in here?
Not that you can see. Besides like little tiny ones in like the cobwebs and stuff.
Yeah,
Not like giant spiders or anything.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals using Primal Awareness.
Sure.
And ask them how to get out.
So as you kind of quietly whisper out to a spider who's currently making a web. Also, Bunny, if you want to throw up some different ambience, totally. As you see this spider, as you whisper to it, spindle down, you hold out a hand, it lands on your palm, and in the tiniest little voice, it says, "Why are you here? Do you wish to die?"
Got here. I'm not meant for here. I belong in the woods, and I don't know why I'm here. I entered some mist.
You're caught in a greater web than I could ever spin.
How do I get out?
Drained just like I do with my dinner.
I know. Can you help me get out? And I promise you I'll find you a really juicy fly somewhere. Or I'll take you with me.
The spider points one spindly little leg down the hallway, and it says, "Newcomers, that's where the outside is. New spiders tend to come in from there. Don't get caught in any more webs."
Can I ask it if it wants to come with me? Do you want to come
it ponders for a moment.
Outside?
It looks back up at its web, and it says, "I was building my most grand web ever. I think I'll stay here."
Alright, well, you've helped me a lot. And I'll, give the spider, in the best way I can, a little kiss on its head. And then I'll put it back in its web and run in the direction it pointed.
All right. You run down the hallway. The hallway ends at another set of double doors. Are you going to go through them?
Yes.
So you push them open, you reveal a great entryway, cobwebs stretching between the columns that support the vaulted ceilings of this great dusty hall, dimly lit by torches and iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles, squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into the darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors through which you hear sad and majestic pipe organ tones.
I want to use as many shadows as I can and walk towards the doors straight in front of me. Like,
Sure.
If you give me just 1 second, I have the organ. I have
Yes,
the organ.
please.
Just
I
give me
don't
1
want the
second.
organ. I don't want to be anywhere near the organ.
You're getting slacks. You're getting the organ.
As you go towards the other set of doors, you see torchlight flutters against the wall of this vaulted hall. To the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending in a spiral staircase that goes up and down. Next to the hallway, a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. To the west, large double doors hang slightly open, and a steady bright light escapes through the opening. Swells of organ music come from behind the doors, spilling their melody of power and defeat into the halls. As you quietly pass by, you see, sitting at the organ, is the hunched figure, or is a dark, long-haired hunched figure, just sort of like emotionally playing these organs, or playing the pipe organ, and sort of just like pouring out his sadness.
Wow. I leave. I go through the doors in front of me. just in the direction the spider pointed me. I don't have time to.
Sorry, sad boy on organ.
Sorry, guy. Sorry, dude. I love you, but I gotta get out of here.
Alright, you go through another set of doors into a vaulted entry foyer. 4 statues of dragons glare down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight.
Lovely. At this point, I think Lilith is just like claustrophobic and sick of being inside and terrified, and I'm gonna run straight towards whatever doors look like the entry doors.
You can see the exit of the castle from here. It is just ahead of you, and as you run through the foyer, you see that the 4 dragon statues in the corners all come to life. And as you begin to run through the area, each of them rears its head back and blasts a jet of green flames into the room. I need a dexterity saving throw. Actually, I need 4 of them.
Oh, okay. Fire, though. Does a 13 pass? I have 3 more inspiration. 13?
13 passes.
Alright.
So you're only going to
then I'll
take
do
half
one.
of this damage.
Okay. 13. Nat 20.
With the nat 20, I'll say that's enough to pass all of them. So you're only going to take half damage as they bathe the room in fire.
And then half of that.
Yeah, and then half of that. So I need to roll 28d6.
Thank
Jesus
God.
Christ.
All things are not messed around, man. This thing's scary.
I still might go down. Like, I still might
I mean,
go down.
I think you have resistance to fire, right?
4,
Yeah, I
5,
do.
6,
So I'm at
7, 8,
quarter of
9,
this
10, 11,
damage.
12, 13, 14, 15,
Mother
16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
Guys, if you love Lilith, you might want to send out a healing
Lilith,
from beyond.
you
if she
take,
doesn't
we're going to
die.
round it up to 100. You take 100 fire damage that's going to be cut in half and then cut in half again, so 25
50,
fire
so
damage.
25. Tieflings! I
You
run
get
through the
the
doors.
job done.
Do you
Jesus
survive?
Christ.
as I actually, I think as they blast me, I just like turn around and just, I think in just at this point, spite, I take like way less damage than I was expected to, and I hellish rebuke them. Or one of them.
Hit him.
All right.
You attack
go
4
ahead.
dragons.
Just 13, but I think just in a kind of...
Yeah, you send a thing back, and
Yeah,
as
that's
the
right.
statues are struck by your spell, you see like chunks of stones chipped off of them, as they're not destroyed, but they are damaged. As you sprint, I'm guessing you're running out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you run out of the main halls, you step into the courtyard out front of the walls of Ravenloft. Just a second. A massive wall juts out to connect the outer walls of the castle with the keep. A 20-foot wide, 20-foot tall archway offers passage through the connecting wall, but is blocked by a rusted iron portcullis. That is your way out. Your way out is blocked by this portcullis.
Can I see any levers or anything?
There is not a lever.
Alright.
As you're standing there staring at the portcullis, suddenly a flash of lightning strikes one of the tall towers of the castle. And you hear a voice scream out, echoing through the air. How dare you infiltrate and trespass! I'll kill you!
I hide so much. I do all of the hiding. I hide so much.
There's nowhere to hide. This is an open courtyard. You're going to have to open this portcullis. Give me an athletics check.
Remember, you still have one
inspiration
from chat.
I have one inspiration, normal inspiration left after using this, and then I'll use inspiration from the chat. Motherfucker. I'm not going to make it. Nat 20! Nat 20!
You grab the
D&D gods are on your side.
With all of the fear coursing through your veins, you just like push the thing up, you let it fall behind you, and you sprint, continuing through the courtyard. You reach the... Let's see. Alright, as you sprint through the courtyard, thick cold fog swirls through. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see the torch flames fluttering on each side of the gate to the bridge that takes you out of Castle Ravenloft. As you look over your shoulder, you see the doors of Castle Ravenloft open, and warm light spills from the entrance, flooding the courtyard. As you dash through and you run across the bridge, you hear the gates behind you open, and there is a massive black carriage that is beginning to thunder out of one of the gates towards the bridge. As you're running across, you have to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid this carriage running you over, as it flies much faster than you across the bridge.
Oh, man. 14. Do I need that inspiration from chat?
No, you got it. You
Cool.
dash to the side just in time, and you grab onto the edge of this like rickety bridge, just like a stone bridge, as the carriage blasts past you. And with that, we're going to call it as you escape Castle Ravenloft with your life.
Holy fucking shit.
Oh my god.
Bitch.
Oh my god.
Bitch.
You have a lot of traveling to do to get up to us.
Do
I
you know how
know.
far you are on the other side of Barovia? You are by Barovia.
Good
Cool.
luck.
Cool.
Couple
I rent a
weeks
fluff
away.
forward.
I'm alive right now. That's
Personally, I would return those statues because they didn't do their job. I don't know whoever sold them to Garbage,
I
but
like to make a return.
I
Lilith,
just
man.
think
you are
that he
right
should.
here.
I
You're looking on the map. You're right here.
dope. Cool. Great.
We're here.
The
That's
party is here.
Are we gonna have me
nice.
come in with her, Diced? She doesn't travel by herself.
If I
we'll
travel by
figure that out
myself, I'll
next
get to you
session.
guys a lot faster.
I mean, we could just meet you in Velaki.
You don't know where I am.
I mean, we
You're
are going
just
back
a
to
hop,
Velaki.
skip, and a jump away. It's fine.
It's fine.
You're real close.
Just steal these sepalies.
I can pretty much see you from where I am.
Yeah, me too. Just a couple.
I can see the
You'll be
DD
very
level.
happy when you realize what you pilfered from the castle. Strahd's gonna be really
It's
pissed off
Cool
when he
stat.
Oh my
realizes
God.
what you stole from the castle.
Awesome.
I agree with Plaid. She deserves a level for that. Holy shit.
That was
I actually kind of agree.
maybe.
Lilith,
Oh my god.
go ahead and level up.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
thank you a lot. Thank you.
It ain't
You
easy
should have
feat to
died.
do,
though.
you just-
I would just like to point out that you should have died.
I
Multiple
should have
times.
died so many times.
You made some good rolls getting out. If you had not made those good
Gloomstalkers,
rolls,
man.
you
Yes.
would be dead.
Yeah.
Good job, though.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. No, it's that I rolled.
I'll go ahead and
2
tell
nat
everybody what that
20s
thing
to
is, though,
open
because you'll figure it out
colorful.
eventually. But you stole the icon of Ravenloft, which
Yeah.
is a holy symbol, sort of. But if a good creature attunes to it, they have several very potent things they can do. But anyone who is holding it, or is in 30 feet of it, is constantly under the effect of protection from evil against fiends and undead.
Oh, wow.
This
Am
is-
and me and Garland the only good characters?
Hey,
No.
Seraphina's good.
I don't even know it's Salvarian. I don't think it's. I think
Salvarian's
he's.
true neutral.
I
He just
might
goes
be
how he
good
wants.
after all of
Yeah.
that. After watching my friend die and then escape a castle. Who knows? We'll
He's chaotic neutral.
Saladin's one of my characters I played before. I'm making him old this time then, though. He's
You're
changed
making
his
him
way.
old.
Making an old grizzled man.
Is the inspiration counter gone? Because I feel like if Lilith can only get the max 2 inspiration, oh my gosh, I just want to give her all my inspiration. Holy shit.
We're still limited to the 2, but
Damn.
everybody can go ahead and have a point of inspiration for the session. And then you can, as usual, nominate each other in the chat. But I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here, y'all. That was a good high note. I don't want to do any more talking than necessary. So I'm going to leave you all with that.
Thank you.
And I will
Have
see
a
you
great
all
night.
in a week to figure out what the hell happens now.
Yeah, I'll see you in a week.
Yep.
You got some traveling to do.
Yeah.
I really do.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in on Friday to watch.
Oh, how
our
much
Game
money do I
Masters
start
only
with, Dice
game,
Lid?
Out of the Abyss. I'll figure that out. I'm not sure off the top of my head. But yeah,
Bye,
we'll see you all
Twitch.